The year is 1958, April. And once again, I want to welcome you all to KCAL, Old Time Radio Troupe, and the Creative Art League of Jessamine County. From all of us to all of you, may you have a wonderful evening.
The CBS Radio Network presents the brand new game show, What Do You Know? Presented tonight by Paramount Pools of Richmond, Kentucky. And now let's play What Do You Know? Here's our host, Howie Douglas.
Well, thank you very much. We're glad you're here tonight. We have a brand new game show. It's called What Do You Know? And I must admit, I had no idea what we're going to do tonight. This is a brand new show. We're just starting it out. Hi, Clark. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
You look like you've been on a diet. Have you been on a diet?
As a matter of fact, I have.
You look very good. I've been on a whiskey diet.
A whiskey diet?
Whiskey diet. Lost 3 days already. So just tell me exactly, Clark, how do we play this game?
Well, Howie, our contestants, we'll have 6 of them come to the stage, and we'll have 3 couples. They'll each choose a category and answer 3 questions apiece. The questions are worth 1 point apiece.
Okay.
We'll play 2 rounds, and the couple with the most points at the end of the game will win a grand prize of $25.
$25? Well, unless you've got some money. All I've got is $5. What are we going to do?
Well, if you're a little short on cash, I'm sure our sponsor will have some cash on them. Are you ready to play?
Well, what kind of question is that?
If you will, please welcome our contestants to the
Oh,
microphone.
here they come. I can't wait to see this. You have got to be kidding me.
I think this is the best we can find on short notice.
Brand new game show that will end tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now what do we do? Do I just make up questions to ask? What's the situation here?
Well, not yet. The first question has a number for the answer. We'll hear from all 3 teams, and the team that comes closest without going over will be the first to choose their category and play What Do You Know?
All right, we could just draw numbers out of a hat. That warm-up guy did. Why can't we just do that?
No.
All right, well, let's see. Do I have the question? Maybe this is it. Paramount Pools, Richmond, Kentucky. That's not a number.
No, that's our sponsor.
Oh, that's our sponsor. Well, maybe this one will work. Okay, let's try this one. Here we go. This is a very interesting question. Are you all ready to play?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. There's a place called High Bridge in Kentucky. We want to know how many feet above the Kentucky River it stands. Now, what we're going to do, I guess, we'll start with you on the end. Give me an answer.
Kenneth?
Well, Barbara, I was reading in that Kentucky Life magazine they had in the lobby back there,
Yes.
and I don't know why, but they were saying that the state capitol that stands 210 foot tall can go underneath the new high bridge.
Oh.
So we know it's at least 210. So we need to add 20, 30, maybe even 40 feet.
I think we need to add. I think we should just say 300. Be safe.
I like it.
300, Howie.
300. We'll write that down for them. 300 is their guess.
For
Good.
them.
All right, let's move on to whatever that is. What is your guess, please?
See, 225? I don't think it's that high. Do you?
No.
Let's try 225.
225, Howie. 225.
I think they said 225. Clark, you'll write that down. And finally, you guys on the ends. What's your choice?
Howie, we think it's a lot higher.
Okay.
Do you want to say 600?
Go ahead.
We'll say 600 feet, Howie.
You gotta be kidding me. 600, really, 600 feet.
It is called High Bridge.
Right?
Boy, that guy's a real math whiz, isn't he? You know, if I had 50 cents for every math test I failed, I'd have $6.30 right now. Okay. The correct answer, High Bridge, stands 308 feet above the river. So I guess what we'll do is, it's okay, we'll just make them team number 1 and team 2 in the middle. And you guys can be team number 600, or 600. All right. right, now what do we do?
So team number 1 will answer questions while teams 2 and 3 will be escorted off into our soundproof booth.
Oh, there we go.
All right, thank you.
This is going to be very interesting, I can tell. And I guess the first thing we need to do is find out who we have. So if you'll tell me your names and maybe what you do. What are your names?
Howie, my name is Barbara,
Barbara.
and this is my husband Kenneth.
Hello, Allie.
Barbara and Kenneth.
Yes, sir.
Barb and Ken. Let me ask, where are you from?
Howie, we are from Mattel, California.
I figured that. Barb and Ken from Mattel. Okay. What do you do, Barb?
Howie, I am a pediatric dental assistant.
Really? That means you take care of baby teeth. What happens
Yes.
to the permanent teeth when they come in?
Well, actually, we see all the way through the teenage years.
Well, I know some teens that can be babies. In fact, I know some adults that can be babies too. And your name, Kenneth, what do you do?
I'm a painter, Howie.
Oh, good. It's a coincidence because we are actually looking for someone to paint our house. Do you charge by the gallon or the hour?
Actually, Howie, I charge by the canvas.
What?
I'm an artist.
An artist? Really?
Yeah.
You're mighty proud of your work, aren't you?
Oh, very much so. If I painted your house, it would be all on canvas, and
Wow.
you would place it right in your living room wall.
You know, that guy's got a pretty open mind. I can feel the breeze way over here. Okay, are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
What do you know? Since you were the closest to the toss-up question, we're going to let you pick the category you want. We have 3. Clark, tell them what it is.
Team number 1, the categories are radio shows, general information, or hither and yon.
Not hither and yon, not that. So,
Well, we love listening to the radio, but
yes.
we just mainly listen to music. But let's try general information.
Sounds
Howie, we're going to pick general information.
Okay.
Now remember, each correct question is worth 1 point, and the team who gets the most points after 2 rounds will win the grand prize.
Let's do it.
And here's question number 1, general information. Here we go. What is the term of office for the U.S. Senate? How many years?
For a lot of them, whatever it is way too long anyway. I can tell you that right now.
Can that be our answer,
Well, there
Howie?
certainly should be an answer, but it's not what is on my card.
What do you
It's
think?
either 6 or 8. I can't remember.
6.
Okay, let's go with 6.
Howie, 6 years.
6 years is right. You're absolutely correct.
Congratulations, team number 1. You have 1 point with 2 questions remaining in round 1.
All right, let's go to question number 2. A little bit harder.
Okay?
In Greek mythology, where do the gods live?
Once again, there's a lot of them think it's at the White House.
I do know that in Greek, they used to call it the Cloud Palace.
You mean something like Olympus or something like that? Is it Mount?
Mount Olympus.
All right. that's
Mount
good.
Olympus, Howie.
Well, I'll tell you what, Barb and Ken are pretty smart. That's right.
Oh,
Team number
wow.
1. Team number 1, you now have 2 points with 1 question remaining in round 1.
Very interesting. All right, here's the third question. There's 2 types of electric current. One is called direct. What is the other called?
Well, to me, the obvious would be indirect.
Well, that's really good, Barbie, but that's a little blonde showing. Let's try. They have AC and DC power. So DC is direct. So AC would be alternate current. How it would be alternating current.
Alternate. You sure you want alternating and not indirect?
Yes, I'm
All right,
right.
well, you're right. All right.
Congratulations, Barbara and Kenny. 3 points and a perfect round. Now, if you'll make your way to the soundproof booth, we'll ask for team number 2 to come to the microphone and play What Do You Know?
Here we go. What do you know?
Good luck.
You know, I certainly had hoped this game show wasn't going to be like that stupid one where the duck comes out of the ceiling, but now I'm beginning to wonder.
I'm almost welcome at this point.
Yes. I think they've been partaking of our sponsor, Yahoo Little Mountain Dew. All right, this is team number 2, and I can't wait to find out who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Bonnie and I'm a dance instructor.
Really, a dance instructor?
Yes.
Well, you You think you could teach me how to dance?
Why, sure I could.
Really? I don't know. Last time I danced, my brother put a frog in my pants.
Well, no kids do the dumbest things.
Kids, that was just last week. So, what kind of dances do you teach?
Well, I do the bossa nova, the mambo, and sometimes the cha-cha.
Really, those are dances?
Yes.
Sounds kind of like what I had for dinner last night. Or maybe how I felt after I had dinner last night. Are you two guys married?
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
well, yeah, I should have known that. You know, marriage is a wonderful institution, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, who wants to live in an institution, right?
He doesn't know. That's where we met in the institution.
Here's a question I really hate to ask. Do you have children?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was afraid of.
We have 10.
10? Oh, really?
10,
You
yes.
have 10 children. How come you have so many?
Oh, I just love this man so much.
You love your husband. Oh, I love my cigar, too.
Oh, no.
Oh, very right. That's a family show, isn't it? Okay. Okay, well, sir, then what do you do for a living?
Hi, Howie. My name's George, and I work at a graphic design company, and I've been there about 30 years now.
Wow, 30 years, really? Well, what in the world's a graphic and how do you design one?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. It's a very exciting field, Howie.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
very, very exciting.
Yeah.
You see, graphic design is the process of visual communication and problem solving using one or more of the following: photography, typography, and illustration.
Did you understand anything he just said? Maybe we just need to smile and nod and think he understood. Maybe we need to bore a hole in it and let the sap run. All right, well, yeah, let's go. Hey, you ready to play? What do you know? Here
Yes,
we go.
sir. Yes,
All
sir,
right.
Howie.
Since you were the closest on the toss-up question next to the first couple, we're going to let you choose one of the remaining categories. Mark, tell them what they are.
The categories remaining are radio shows and hither and yon.
There you go.
We listen to a lot of radio shows.
Yes, we do, honey. Let's do that one.
Let's do that one.
Radio shows, Howie.
Okay.
And remember, each correct question is worth 1 point, and the team who gets the most points after 2 rounds will win the grand prize.
There we go. What do you know? Your first question. Listen closely. It's kind of in-depth.
Oh, no.
There was a radio series that began with these words: the crossroads of a million private lives, a gigantic stage on which played out 1,000 dramas daily. What was the name of the show?
Can we choose another category?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Okay, well, yeah, you said A Million Private Lives, Howie?
That's right.
did he mention a gigantic stage?
Exactly.
He did.
no.
Oh, wait, that's that one. Honey, it's been on forever. I know it. We listen all the time.
Oh,
You
honey.
see,
Grand
That's it.
Central
That's
Station.
it.
That's it.
That's
Grand
right.
Central Station, Howie.
You're right.
Yes.
That wasn't too bad, was it?
No.
Congratulations, team number 2. That's 1 point with 2 questions remaining in round 1.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Here's your second question.
Oh, come on, man. You can do this.
Inner Sanctum Mysteries has a trademark sound
The
effect.
introduction, Howie.
Well, you gotta let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
Don't get too excited. Take your medication. Inner Sanctum Mysteries has a trademark sound effect in the introduction.
Tell him,
What is the
tell him.
sound effect?
I know this.
You know it. Tell him.
A squeaking door, Howie.
A squeaking door is right.
Congratulations, team 2. You now have 2 points. 1 question remaining in round
One
1.
more, baby. One more.
Okay, it's time for your third question. You just want to go ahead and answer it right now.
No, we better wait, Howie.
Okay, here we go. Wow. In times of crisis, there was a fellow named Steve Adams. He was a rancher, and he assumed a secret identity to combat evil. What was the name of his alter ego?
Oh, honey.
It's not the Whistler.
It's not the Falcon.
No. And it's not.
Come on, honey. We gotta get this.
I don't know. Wait a minute now. It's not the Whistler. It's not the Falcon.
Just keep going. You got about 100 more.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
is that a rancher?
A rancher.
I know. I think it has something to do with Arrow.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes, that's it.
Is it the Green Arrow, Howie?
Well, you got the arrow part right. Yeah. The problem is it was a straight arrow. It was
Oh,
not the
that's a
green
good
arrow.
try.
Sorry.
Bonnie and George, you completed round 1 with 2 points.
That's still very good.
Now, if you'll make your way back to the soundproof booth, we'll ask for team number 3 to come to the microphone to play. What do you know?
And here comes team number 600. Glad to have you along. Let's come right on. By the way, Clark, I was going to ask you if you had a good night's rest last night.
As a matter of fact, I did.
You know, funny thing happened to me this morning. I woke up, forgot which side the sun rose on. But then it dawned on me. Norman wrote that one. All right, let's find out who you are and what do you do, ma'am?
Hi, Howie. I'm Gabrielle, and I work at a bank.
Gabrielle,
And I'm
really?
married to an Italian stallion.
Wow. But who's the guy with you? Oh. You know, I was married by a judge. Should have been a jury. In fact, I have a new wife. Did I tell you about her, Clark?
No, you didn't.
Well, maybe I need to tell you about her. Would you like to hear? Would you two like to hear?
Sure.
I made up a little song about her. Here we go. Her name is Dinah. There's no one finer. She's got a cock eye and 2 skinny legs. She looks like a chicken, but that's not a bad thing. Especially when we need some more eggs. That's what the last crowd, that's how they react. So Gabrielle, does that mean you're Gabby?
Well, I guess it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Who
You said you worked at a bank. Did you bring some samples? I sure hope so, if we're gonna pay a grand prize tonight.
I didn't.
You didn't bring samples. And your Italian stallion there guy, what's his name?
Hey, my name's Anthony, but you can call me Tony.
Tony. Your name is Tony. Tony, you wanna tell me what you do for a living?
I'm retired.
Don't say Mom.
Well, that's all exciting. You wanna tell us maybe what you're retired from, or is that a secret?
Well, yeah, it is, but I'm gonna tell you anyway.
Okay.
I'm a retired, let's call it an engineer.
A kind of an engineer, really like a train engineer.
No, not exactly.
No.
More like a structural engineer. I work a lot with concrete.
Oh, really?
That's all I
Tony's
got.
Italian and works with concrete, ladies and gentlemen.
How do you manage?
It would have been more interesting if you said a train engineer, I guess. You know, Clark, I really think, Clark, this guy got his fishy looks from his father. And he was a plastic sturgeon. I've got one guy that's laughing out here, and I really like him. All right, you all ready to play? What do you know?
We're ready.
All right, since you guessed 600 feet, you get the only category that's left. Clark, tell them what it is.
The remaining category is hither and yon.
Oh,
All right. Are you ready?
Howie, are the questions more hither or yon?
Well, I think the first says more hither, but I really don't know how to answer that. In fact, the questions are all about a place called Jessamine County, Kentucky. I hope you've heard of it.
we know it.
Now remember, each correct question is worth 1 point, and the team who gets the most points after 2 rounds will win the grand prize.
Here we go. What do you know? Your first question is, listen close. The very first post office in Wilmore was located in what?
Did you say what? Shouldn't that be where?
No. Why? Where? Huh? No. What? Where was it located? What? And what? Did you understand the question?
Not really.
Listen closely. The first post office in Wilmore located in what?
Honey, I would say a building. But maybe he wants a more specific answer.
You sure her name's not Barb?
How about the courthouse?
No. Wait a minute, Gabby. Wait a minute. Wilmore used to be known as Scott's Station.
Oh.
I bet the first post office was in there like a depot or maybe something to do with like a train.
Yeah, trains. A
Yeah,
train.
yeah. Let's go with that.
We're gonna say a train, Howie.
A train. Well, I tell you what, you're so close, I'm going to give it to you. You're right. Actually, the first post office in Wilmore was located at the end of a boxcar that had been donated to the city by the Cincinnati Railroad. Yeah, very good.
Congratulations, team number 3, with 1 point and 2 questions remaining in round 1.
2 more questions, and here we go. By the way, I just remembered. Did you hear about the short fortune teller that escaped from prison? He was a small medium at large. You really need to pay this guy out here because he's laughing at everything I say. All right, here we go. Oh, this is a hard one. There was a gentleman that lived in Jessamine County named J.B. Staten. And he was an artist of sorts. Hopefully not like that first guy we had. This guy put things back exactly as they were. What was his profession?
Honey, I have no idea.
Maybe it's like a builder, you think?
Okay. Maybe you worked at a carnival, you know, those guys that they put the pins back up when you knock them down. They put them back together.
No. The question is his profession. So it's probably like some kind of doctor or something. Maybe he said
Okay.
broken bones or broken legs.
Oh, how about a dentist? If he made dentures, that would be putting the teeth back the same way that they were. What do you think?
Yeah, I
Should
like
say
that,
dentist?
Gabby. Let's go with that.
Say it, honey, say it.
We're gonna say a dentist.
It's really amazing how you worked that out. What's even more amazing is you're right. Dr. J.B. Staten was in fact a dentist, and the reason that we say put things back exactly as they were is if you had a tooth with a silver filling, when he made your dentures, he would make that tooth with a silver filling exactly the way it was to start with. Very good.
Team number 3, you now have 2 points and 1 question remaining in round 1.
And here we go. Oh, this one is probably as difficult a question as we'll have tonight. Very interesting, though. This man's name was Samuel C. His parents were married in Adair County, Kentucky, but they obtained their marriage license in Jessamine County. What was a more famous name you would know this guy by?
I know this one. I got to this one. My mom and papa told me about this a long time ago. It's a Mark Twain.
Mark Twain? Really?
Really, the famous writer, Mark Twain?
That's right.
Are you sure?
I'm a positive.
Well, I'm glad you're right. In fact, the parents of Samuel Clemens, known as Mark Twain, actually did get their marriage license in Jessamine County, Kentucky, and it's still in the Jessamine County Courthouse, I understand.
Congratulations, Gabrielle and Tony. You had 3 points and a perfect round.
Very good, congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of round 1 and the score. Teams 1 and 3 are tied with 3 points. Team number 2 has 2 points. We'll be back for round 2 after this word from Mountain Dew.
Yahoo! Mountain Dew will tickle your innards, 'cause there's a bang in every bottle. At the Jessamine Turkey Shoot, Cousin Luke weren't worth a hoot. He was hopeless until he finally took the cue. Now he shoots off the cuff, gets more than enough after sipping at that good old Mountain Dew. Sure is shooting! There's a bang in every bottle of our delicious soft drink. It'll sure tickle your innards. So pull up a rug and pick up a jug of our good old Mountain Dew. Yahoo!
Welcome back. We hope you're enjoying What Do You Know, presented tonight by Paramount Pools of Richmond, Kentucky. At this time, if all 3 teams would return to the microphones. We're in the midst of a very close game, and it could come down to the wire to see who will win the grand prize.
Well, we got that first half out of the way. Now what do we do? If there's anything different, what?
Well, Allie, we will ask each team 3 more questions.
I'll just like before.
That's correct.
Is that it? Do I do it right now, or just what do we do?
No, actually, teams 2 and 3, if you'll return to the soundproof booth.
The soundproof booth, that's very interesting that we were able to do that tonight. I'll ask you people, does he look the same behind the window as he does on the stage? Yes, he does. All right.
Allie, we welcome back to the microphone team number 1, Barbara and Kenny. Team 1, you answered all 3 questions in round 1, and you get to choose your category for round 2. The categories are the same: radio shows, general information, or hither and yon?
Now remember, you got all three right, general information.
I don't know, I think Kenneth, maybe we should try a little different.
Okay, but just not hither and yon, so that kind of leaves
Okay.
only one.
I think radio shows will be great.
Let's do it.
Radio shows, Howie.
Remember, each correct question is worth 1 point, and the team who gets the most points after 2 rounds wins the grand prize.
Okay, well, you got 3 out of 3 right with general information, so it makes sense you would switch categories, I guess. Here you go, your first question. I hope that you have heard of Little Orphan Annie.
Yeah.
Really?
Sure.
Well, then tell me what the name of her dog was.
Oh, Lord.
Your dog.
Her dog.
I think it was some person's name.
Like Petey?
Yeah, or Spotty, or even though that's not a person's name.
Rin Tin Tin?
Oh, that's a person. Had dinner with him last night.
I think it started with an S,
Sally?
not Sally. I think it was, Sandy.
Sandy, that's it.
Yes.
Sandy, Howie.
Sandy is your answer. Well, it is a correct one.
Congratulations, Team 1. You have 4 points and 2 questions remaining in round 2.
All right, question number 2. Oh, radio show, Jack Armstrong, the All-American Boy. Oh, I need to know what name the high school he attended.
Okay, this is easy. We were at the grocery store the other day. You know, I spent all that time down the cereal aisle.
Yeah, I wondered what you were doing.
On Wheaties now, they're putting on
Probably got a box of Fruit Loops in his hand.
I did. On Wheaties, though, they show sports people, and they give the whole bio of them. And guess who was on the Wheaties box? Jack was on the box. He went to Hudson High.
Oh, I can tell you've been eating your Wheaties.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Howie, we're going with Hudson High.
I've heard of Jack in the box, but never Jack on the box. It's a good thing he was, because you're right.
Team number 1, you now have 5 points and are 1 question away from a perfect score.
That's interesting, very good. All right, here we go.
All right.
On the Jack Benny Show, I need to know what kind of car did the main character drive?
Well,
It had a black body.
Yeah.
He was a tight one, but I bet you he splurged on himself.
4 blue
Or
fenders.
something like silliness like
a
that.
DeSoto?
No.
Had a top that went up and down, even though it wasn't a convertible.
A Studebaker?
No.
Had a foxtail that hung off the radiator cap.
Maybe it's a tasty
Trying to help.
cat.
If he probably splurged on his car,
Geraniums
like
grew
you
out of the
said.
spare tire. Or they all
Don't
said to
listen to
me.
him.
I think a Cadillac.
But go for it. Let's do it.
All right, Howie, we're gonna say Cadillac.
You got that from all my hints, didn't you? No, it was a Maxwell. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was
We're sorry, Team number 1, you missed that question, but you still have 5 points and are currently in the lead.
Oh, wow.
Now, if you'll make your way back to the soundproof booth, we'll ask for Team number 2 to come to the microphone and play What Do You Know?
Oh, they're back. Now, do you need to go to the bathroom first?
No, Hallie.
Howie, we welcome back to the microphone Team number 2, Bonnie and George. Team 2, you answered 2 of your questions in round 1, and you get to choose your category for round 2. The remaining categories are general information and hither and yon.
All right.
Team 1 took radio shows, Hallie?
They sure did.
Ah, shucks.
All right.
Okay, well, I don't want to try hither and yon. That sounds like Shakespeare, baby. I'm not good at Shakespeare.
We'll take general information,
Yes.
Howie.
Yes, General, please.
And remember, each correct question is worth 1 point. The team who gets the most points after 2 rounds will win a grand prize.
Okay, here we go.
Let's
What do
concentrate.
you know?
Concentrate.
What do you know? Synonyms are words with the same meaning. What do you call words of opposite meaning?
Anti-meanings! Anti-meanings, Howie,
Oh,
anti-meanings.
wait. That's not even the word, dear.
Oh,
I know this one, though. That would be antonyms, Howie. Antonyms.
You're so smart.
I can't believe you got that
Congratulations, Team 2. You have 3 points and 2 questions remaining in round 2.
wrong. By the way, speaking of words, do you know that I found out I own the thesaurus in the world?
The worst thesaurus in the
The
world.
very worst. Not only is it awful, but it's awful too. What's scary about this question is that he got it. All right, here you go. Second question. Fellow named Frank McNamara. He was dining with clients one night, realized he forgot his wallet. This led him to invent something as a result. What did he invent?
Hey, it was probably the footprint in the soap dish where he tried to escape without paying the bill.
No, that was your brother last year when we took your mom and dad to Cincinnati. You
Oh, the question.
Wow.
let's see. What was it now? He was dining with clients. Clients, and well, let's see.
He had to
He
pay
couldn't
somehow.
pay. He couldn't pay. So it's not the checks because they're already invented.
Yeah.
Right. So let's try. What about credit cards, Howie?
Oh, that's good, honey, tell me.
Okay.
Tell me.
Credit cards, Howie.
Credit cards.
Ah,
That's very interesting. Frank McNamara is credited with the inventing the first credit card. It was issued in 1949 by Diners Club. It was cardboard. As a matter of fact.
Cardboard.
Congratulations, team number 2. You have 4 points with 1 question remaining in round 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it,
Howie,
do it.
I sorry to interrupt, sir, but could I ask you a riddle, please?
Yeah, tell him, honey, tell him.
I'm really afraid to ask. So we'll try. Okay, sir, your riddle. What is your riddle?
Okay, Howie, what is brown and sticky?
I'm gonna regret this. I don't know. What is brown and sticky?
A stick!
I actually think we have medicine back there. Okay, let's go on. Is this your second question or third? That's your third, right?
The third, Howie.
Okay,
Yes,
here we
sir.
go.
Yes, sir.
What do you call the colored part of the eye?
Red! Brown? Blue? Is it the pupil? Is it the pupil?
Wait a minute, that's the part of the eye that doesn't have any color. We don't need that. Iris.
Oh,
Iris.
that's it.
Howie, iris.
Iris is right.
Team number 2, you completed round 2 with a total of 5 points, and that ties you for the lead.
Congratulations.
Now, if you'll make your way back to the soundproof booth, we'll ask for team number 3 to come to the microphone and play. What do you know?
No, Johnny! Johnny, let her go! Let her go! Oh,
Stop the tape.
excuse me? Is this the Fibber Magoo show?
Now, the Fibber McGee show will be coming up a little later.
How much longer? I'm hungry. I'm weak.
It won't be too much longer. If you're hungry, we have some refreshments out in the lobby if you'd like to go have some.
This place. It's so beautiful. It's so peaceful. Excuse me.
That looked like that guy from Arsenic and Old Lace. By the way, did anybody tell you look like Boris Karloff?
Last person that told me that.
That was very odd. That was very odd. It makes that guy look normal. That's what's interesting about it.
Okay, it is a good thing that we're taping the show.
Can we start
If you
again?
will, let's go back and run the opening instrumentation again,
Okay.
please.
Band,
Start the tape.
Play. All right, here we go.
Howie, we welcome back to the microphone team number 3, Gabrielle and Tony. Team 3, you answered all 3 of your questions in round 1, and believe it or not, your category for round 2 is the same category you had in round 1. That would be hither and yon.
Here we go. His questions last time, these are the yawn questions.
Remember, each correct question is worth 1 point, and the team who gets the most points after 2 rounds wins a grand prize.
And remember, we were asking questions about Jessamine County, Kentucky, okay?
Okay.
All right. What establishment in that county was founded by a horse riding minister? Not a minister riding a horse, but a horse riding minister.
Minister, honey, it's gotta be Asbury College.
No.
What do you think?
No, most of these aren't the obvious answers.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I don't think so.
Well, could it be a saloon?
That'd be ironic, you would say that. No, maybe a jail?
Well, you would say that, honey.
Now let's play it safe and we're gonna go with the Asbury College.
Yes, yes. Asbury College.
Asbury, really? Well, you're right. In fact, it was a fellow named John Wesley Hughes, and he called it the Kentucky Holiness College first.
Congratulations, Team 3. You now have 4 points and 2 questions remaining in round 2.
Okay, second question. This one, you have to listen closely.
Okay.
What Nicholasville business is literally rolling in dough?
Farmer's Bank.
Oh, I knew you'd get that close.
It's gotta be Farmer's Bank.
I've been waiting for that one all night.
What do you think, Gabby? No. There's another bank in town. What if it's the other one, the First National Bank?
Well, okay, but there must be another clue in the question. Howie, would you repeat the question, please?
Absolutely, here we go. What Nicholasville business is literally rolling in dough?
Liver.
Let's see. Dough, bread. Oh, I know. Ward's
Ward's
Bakery.
Bakery.
It's gotta be Ward's Bakery.
And it is, you're right, it is one of those. Absolutely right. Yeah, you know, I had a friend who owned the bakery one time, and it burned down. Yeah, his business is toast now. Norman wrote that one too.
Team 3, you now have 5 points and 1 question remaining. If you answer this question correctly, you will win the grand prize. If not, we'll have a 3-way tie.
Oh, no,
Each
please, no.
will answer a bonus question.
Absolutely not. You have to get this right. We'll pull a name out of the hat like we did at the beginning of the show.
We got it.
Listen very closely. What famous restaurateur served residents a different type of gas as he once owned a service station in Nicholasville?
Gas, honey?
There's several gas stations on Main Street.
Right. There's broke prices there at Main and Oak.
Oh, Leo Howard's a place.
Right, and there's Clyde Roberts on South Main Street, I think. And then there's Blakeman's. Remember Blakeman's?
Yes, and the Easter service station on Main Street. But who would have had a restaurant?
Oh, no, wait. I didn't say he had a restaurant here. I said he was a restaurateur. He had a gas station here. You have to get this right. We don't want to die.
Okay, honey, I don't remember it, but I heard that Harlan Sanders had a gas station right here on Main Street. What do you think?
I can't think of any other. Let's go with that. How are we going to say it?
Who?
Harlan Sanders.
You've got to get somebody as famous as Harlan Sanders. You actually think that would be him?
Yeah.
Well, you're absolutely right. From 1924 to 1930, Harlan Sanders actually did own a gas station in Nicholasville at the corner of Main and Elk. In fact, the building is still standing there today. Pretty good, yeah, by the way. You know why the chicken joined the band, right? Because he had his own drumsticks. I knew they'd like that.
Congratulations, Tony and Gabrielle. You have 6 points and a perfect score.
Wow.
Now, if we can have the other couples return to the stage, we'll announce the grand prize winners.
I think we just won $25, honey.
Come on out, losers.
You don't know how glad I am we didn't have a tie.
You did good. Yeah, I'm okay, baby.
All right, now, everybody pay attention here. We're going to try to scrape up enough cash, the grand prize, and Clark, tell them who won.
The final score is couple number 1, Barbara and Kenny. You had 5 points.
Congratulations.
Couple number 2, Bonnie and George. You also had 5 points.
Ah, congratulations.
Couple number 3, Gabrielle and Tony. You answered all 6 questions, and with 6 points, you are the grand prize winners.
You won the grand prize, $25. What you didn't know is that you may have been playing for someone in our audience, but we have to have some lights to be able to see. Oh my gosh, you're going to do it.
Oh, sorry.
Everybody duck. Peanut, that was a secret word.
Apparently, what?
The lights came on. Okay. You were playing for somebody in our audience. Now, I think at the beginning of the show, the warm-up guy had somebody draw a number. I don't know who that was. Who drew the number? Did you draw the number? Would you please stand? And your name is?
Victor.
Hector?
Victor.
Victor. I had the tour right. I got one of those tour kids. I need you very loudly to tell me what number you drew.
13.
13. Who's in seat number 13?
13.
He's the guy that she is, Pat, number 13. Well, guess what? You win the $25 cash. Congratulations. All right, I'm going to put you Congratulations. $25 cash is a courtesy of KCAL and our sponsor, Paramount Pools of Richmond, Kentucky. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been very interesting. You know, I've had a pretty wonderful evening. It's a shame this wasn't it. And I'm Howie Douglas. Have a good night. Thanks for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our first attempt at a game show, maybe our last, but we're glad you were here to see it. Please go out front and have some of the nice refreshments, and then we'll holler at you to come on back, okay?
This lovely day will lengthen into evening. Your lips are warm and spring is new. I'll never forget or be lonely.